Hello. So, how is everyone today? Um. Also, thank you, Clara Wu, for the follow. Um. It was 13 minutes ago. I didn't notice. But yeah, thank you so much. Today I'm going to keep playing Cinderella Phenomenon Evermore. We are going further on Rod's Foot. I don't remember how many chapters we did though, but we'll just figure it. But yeah, that's the plan for today. So let's just switch. Also, I went to check and it's literally, I don't know what's happened with this game. But I need to share the window instead of the game this time for this one. I don't know why, but it's okay. So we were on chapter 2, okay. The next day, Rod and I head out to the forest. Just as I anticipated, the trees are more vibrant today. Their branches weighed down by shining red apples. It's beautiful. I reached out to touch one of the apples. Do you think we should pick some for Emmeline? I'm sure she'd love that. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves of the trees. As we take in our surroundings, the sound of birds chirping punctuates the gentle silence. Being here with Rod makes me feel at peace. For the moment, neither of us has to worry about being seen in each other's company. We can relax. This place is full of nostalgia. I looked up forward to our secret meetings here. Funny that we're still meeting here like this. What the? Oh my gosh. This got scary. Oh my. Oh, I didn't expect that. Funny that we're still meeting here like this, even after so much has changed. We stand there for a few moments, savoring the peace and quiet. And then Rod slowly steps away from me and holds out his hands. May I have this dance? Of course. The two of us have never needed music to dance. Are you kidding me? Okay. Seems like that was actually the right answer. Now I can't change it. Oh, whatever. It's only one right choice in the trial of bed. I close my eyes and lean my head against his chest, relishing the feeling of his closeness. It has been a long time since we danced like this, but I have the movements memorized. It is easy to slide back into routine. Later, when the sun sinks below the horizon, Rod turns to me. As much as I enjoy this, I think we should head back. He smiles. Our dance lessons are about to start, and we unfortunately need a bigger space for them. I take his arm when he offers it. So, apple picking and then we return to the palace? Rod nods. Rod? Thank you for suggesting this break. Anything for you, Viviana? The next day, Father officially introduces Rod as our dance instructor. The announcement causes quite a stir, and soon all of the servants are talking about him. It is not too long before the gossip spreads through Angel. Most of what people are saying is positive. It seems Rod does have quite the reputation. It is amazing that Rod has made a name for himself in so short time. I hope he overhears these conversations and is proud of himself. I certainly am. I am on my way to the throne room when I hear one such conversation between two maids. So, what do you think of the new dancing structure? He looks to have some stern demeanor, but I'm sure maybe he's a secret charmer. They giggle. I'm impressed that someone so young has earned so much prestige in Brugrantia. I can only imagine how talented he must be. And he's handsome to boot. I wonder what he looks like when he smiles. He always has such a scowl on his face. Do they never tire of gossiping? But it's strange, isn't it? Sir Rod has visited the palace many times before. I wonder why. Oh? Do you suppose he's courting Princess Emiline? They seem very close. Oh my god, that's even worse than us! Ugh. That's even worse than us! Also, how many chapters does this one have? Okay, each one is 6 chapters and 2 endings. Okay, so we have good and best ending. Okay, but we aren't even going for the bad ending. Okay. Oh, maybe you're right. Oh no. I nearly shook on my own breath and have to put a hand on my mouth to keep from laughing. You know what's strange though? The fact that they look so similar. That is rather odd. Do you think it could be courting Princess Diviana? You think? From what I ever heard, Princess Diviana has never expressed interest in any of her suitors. Well, I guess I'm grateful no one has caught onto that tidy bit of gossip, at least. I shook my head as I made my way to the throne room. Oh, you got taller than Emiline. Rod and Emiline look up in unison when I step inside. Emiline immediately shoves her hands behind her back and smiles at me. It is a strange, strained smile. Hello, Diviana. Are you okay? Of course. Why wouldn't I be? Her voice actually squeaks, and I'm unsure of whether to be confused or concerned. I raise an eyebrow. Rod gives Emiline a gentle nudge. Aren't you going to be late for your piano lesson, Em? Oh, you're right. I'll see you both later. Emiline makes a beeline for the door, and only slows as she gets closer to me. She turns and, obviously hiding something behind her back, continues to sidestep toward the door. You're acting strange. It's just your imagination. Uh-huh. The last thing to do to leave her mouth before she exits is an excruciatingly awkward laugh. Rod looks like he is trying not to cringe. Emiline is a terrible liar. I turn to Rod expectantly. Oh. I think at this point we'll just ask. And that will be the right one, so let me just put like stay silence. I don't understand words. They are obviously keeping some secret from me, but I'm more amused than irritated. I cannot help the smile on my face. What is it? Nothing. Nothing at all. Oh, come on. Okay. What was that about? What are you talking about? It's obvious Emily is hiding something. Are you on this too? Like Em said, it's just your imagination. He is definitely on it. The two of us may as well be engaged in the heat of in a heated staring competition. It gets me nowhere. Fine. I assume whatever this is will come to light one way or another. I do not like it when I am kept in the dark, but I doubt either of them could ever be hiding anything harmful, so I will let it go for now. Rod turns on his heels, heading to the nearby table to look at his music sheets. The table is new. Father had it placed here for our lessons. So, have you heard the latest gossip? Rod groans. Please tell me you're not actually interested in that. I assure you this gossip is a little more entertaining. How so? I overheard the rumor you were courting Emily today. Rod stares at me in horror. I laugh at his reaction. You're just messing with me. No, it's the truth. Who started this rumor? Do they not realize how ridiculous it is? Rod pinches the bridge of his nose. Bridge. Why did it has to be Em? There was nothing about you? I suppose we have no chemistry. That just means our acting is impeccable. How much longer are we going to pretend, Rod? It has been 2 years. We made this wish so we didn't have to hide. So why are we still doing this? Rod looks away, eyes distant. Are you still afraid people will think you are unworthy because you are a commoner? Rod flinches. I saw that mother went through after marrying the king. I know it must have been a difficult transition, but Ophelia is well loved. I look at him, perplexed. Are you scared you will have to go through the same thing as Ophelia? I don't care what people say about me. I'm concerned about what they'll say about you. Rod, you already know I do not care what others say about me. I'm no stranger to shutting people out. Shutting? I've lived most of my life being hated by this kingdom, Rod. I think I can handle myself just fine. You're right. Maybe it is me, after all. Rod? Rod abruptly shrugs, as if oh my god, I can read today. Shirking the worry from his shoulders. Let's not talk about this right now. I just remembered something I wanted to discuss with you. Oh? Huh? I'm so confused right now. Because like every choice is a good choice, I'm so confused right now. Yeah? Oh, so I did already one. Okay, so this the right one. Okay. I don't know what's happening. I was thinking last night about how you never responded to my last letter. Oh, there wasn't time. You arrived 3 days later. Em intercepted the messenger that day to make sure no letters were being sent to me. She didn't see anything from you. I was going to write, but I was upset that day and wanted to put it off until I was calmer. If this is because of my wish, then maybe I never should have told you about it. I stared at him, baffled. Rose, can you imagine how terrible I would have felt if you hadn't told me? Leaving me in the dark would have been the greatest insult to me. Rose shakes his head. Sorry, that was a stupid thing to say, I know. I know it was a bit late, and I know I'd already made up my mind, but you needed to know, and I always figured that if you truly despised the idea, I would stop. But you were hopeful, weren't you? Even if you were a bit reluctant. Maybe I was hopeful. I did not get angry at him as I should have, but did it really seem that way to him? Diana, I know you're unsatisfied right now, but trust me, I've learned from my mistakes. Hi Solid, how are you? Oh my god, what the heck, Solid? Holding water at you. But thank you for the resub, I really appreciate it. I'm missing my ring. Where the heck did it from? Oh my god, really Solid? Really? Huh? What type of thing? Okay, I'm going to be honest. We have like kind of a thing to say here that wasn't also the best. It was similar to that one, but the things that we used to jump on on ropes were way better than that. That is cursed. However, it's more accurate to the real story because on the real Cinderella story, her dress was actually made of gold, as the same as the slippers. We have one that is Domino. If you saw what I saw, Domino. I don't want to say this so bad. I let me try. I am really, I'm like, I can't, I can't say this one on stream. This one is really dark. I can't say this on stream. But remember for me to send it tomorrow. No, solid is really bad. It's really bad. So remind me tomorrow or in 2 days to send it to you. From here on out, we face our problems together. I like that, Rod. Only it is difficult to do things together when you live so far away. I know, but I promise you, I have a plan, right? I'll make things work. I look at him with scrutiny. But Rod does not waver this time. He regards me confidently, and after a few moments, I cave. I'll trust you then. Rod sighs. I wanted this, Viviana. Not just for you, but for myself too. Being a prince was a constant reminder of how much I lied to the world about who I was. With this wish, I start living a life crafted by my own hands. But before I can say anything else, Rod has closed the distance between us and pressed his lips to mine, effectively cutting off my words. Afterwards, he pulls back and looks right into my eyes, his face flushed. It strikes me that this has happened more than a few times. Must you always do that so suddenly? Rod grumbles and shrugs. It's always the easiest way to get you to stop talking anyway. I love you, Viviana, and I would do anything for you, no matter what happens in the future. I know I will never regret this wish. Rod sets a hand on my shoulder and squeezes. Stop worrying about all of this, okay? I promise it will work out. I cannot promise, but I will certainly try. That's good enough for me. Now, he reaches for my hand and plants a kiss on the back of it. Shall we continue where we left off yesterday? I smile as I place my other hand on his shoulder. We shall. Oh my god. I just noticed something I don't want to point it out. These past few days, Rod has been teaching me one of the Burgundian dances he learned. This dance in particular is full of energy and involves a lot of twirling and side steps. Rod leads me into spin after spin. We have become comfortable enough dancing with each other that we do not need to focus on our steps when we move. I'm glad, because it allows me to focus on a certain expression. Why is everything? Crap, that was my phone. Ah, it's alive. It's fine. It's fine. It's alive. Maybe I should move from my phone from place before it falls again. Um. Okay, nothing happened. Is there something on my face? I shake my head. Nothing, but your wonderful smile. I was just thinking how much I miss dancing with you. Same here, but now we can do it every day. Yes, only how much longer will every day last? By the time the song gets stopped, I am almost out of breath. A job well done, Diviana. You still need to practice your footwork, but you are learning quite quickly. Rod leads me to a chair and hands me a glass of water. Thank you. I'll go down at least half the glass before facing Rod. The test is exhausting. How are you not out of breath? I have a lot of practice. Once you get used to the steps, they become cathartic. You just need to build stamina. It's a dance that suits Burgundians, though. They're very lively. We can say by karma. I look at Rod curious. Can you tell me more about life in Burgundia? Rod seems to ponder quietly for a few moments. Then, after some consideration, he pulls out a chair and sits beside me. He begins by telling me how difficult life was for him at the beginning, especially given that he'd never left the kingdom before. He was constantly homesick, but Claude and his family were able to lighten that burden by being overly accommodating. At first, it was overwhelming. Eventually, however, Rod became accustomed to the royal family's enthusiasm. He tells me very briefly about them. When he brings up Lance, Claude's brother, I cannot help but wonder. I have spoken to Lance a few times. He seems more cordial than Claude, but I do not know him well. I wonder what he is like. Claude is karma, by the way. Rod crosses his arms. Being a student was easier than being a teacher. Back when I lived here, all I needed to do was study. I may not have been good at most of my classwork, but at least it was straightforward work. Really? Evelyn told me once that you were a fast learner. She said you knew how to sing, dance, cook. Rod flushes. I excelled in those things because I enjoyed them, not because I was a good student. I look at him curious. I've never heard you sing or watched you cook. Rod shrugs. Dancing was the easiest way for me to express myself when I lost my voice. Now, it feels like the most natural thing to focus on. But traditional classwork has never come easy to me. And here I thought the only thing you were bad at was expressing your feelings. Rod's cheeks turn an endearing shade of pink as he scowls at me. You're the worst. He sighs as he glances out the window at some distant sight. So, what are you bad at then? Why would you ask me that? Because I'm curious. You have to promise not to laugh. I won't. If she's me, she's going to laugh right after he says it. Rod stares down at his hands and sighs. History, politics, fencing, remembering dates and names, and combat. My swordsmanship is atrocious. There is clear distress in Rod's eyes when he confesses to me. His usual stoic facade. His usual stoic facade is broken. The Rod I see before me looks vulnerable and anxious. Finally, I see a letter that I recognize. I'm actually surprised to see it in English, though. I cannot help but smile. Why are you smiling? I'm always happy when you open up to me. It makes me feel like I'm a part of your life. Then, from now on, I'll make sure to tell you even the little things. I'd love that. Once my dance lessons are over, I head back to my room and to practice creating simple potions. It is a solitary task, one I normally practice in my free time. However, probably because I am always so bored during the experiments. I sit up grudgingly, realizing belatedly that I have fallen asleep at my desk. Various potion ingredients lay scattered on the surface. I stare at the clock. It's already the next day. How in the world did I sleep through last night's dinner? Knock sounds at the door. Your Highness? His Majesty requires your presence in the throne room. Understood. I wonder what he wants from me so early in the morning. Father is seated on his throne when I enter. Rod stands before him. Good morning, Diviana. Good morning, Father. I approach warily. I called you here for an important announcement. Rod, would you like to do the honors? I'm surprised by the glowing smile on Rod's face. I've officially asked permission from from His Majesty to court you, Diviana. I stare between the two of them with wide eyes. When did this happen? Last night. You were already asleep, so we thought it best to wait until morning to tell you. Sorry, I was just answering someone. I turned my baffled gaze to Rod, who is still smiling. I thought about what he said. I agree. It's time we stop hiding. There's no reason for it anymore. I move before I can think. In a heartbeat, I have my arms wrapped around Rod's waist and my head on his shoulder. It feels as if a momentous weight has suddenly been lifted from my shoulders. There will be no more hiding, which means I no longer have to hide my affection for him. News of our courtship spreads like wildfire. I'm accustomed to gossip, and I'm unfazed by the attention, but I can't tell Rod is unnerved by the sudden spotlight. Still, we both do our best to continue our daily routines. I do notice, however, that Rod has become busier in recent days. He tells me he has been meeting with father about important matters. Figure it is about the upcoming ball. I have just finished my dance lessons for the day. Though Rod is meeting my father in the throne room, I have no such obligations and decide to return to my room to read up on potion making. I am passing by the dining hall when I pause, hearing voices inside. And because he was so embarrassed, he ended up running away. I hear laughter. That definitely sounds like Rod. Those voices. I push open the door to the hall. Ophelia and Emmeline look up when I enter. I am shocked to see Seppi there too, sitting on Emmeline's shoulder. Before, Rod and Seppi were inseparable, but ever since Rod returned, I have barely seen them together. I wonder why. Oh, hello, Diviana. perfect timing. We were just talking about. Ellen cups her hand on her mouth, casts a surreptitious look over my shoulder, and then whispers, Rod. Obviously. Philip beckons me over to the table, then turns back to Sabby. Oh, what happened after? He refused to step out of his room the whole day, when others asked after him if feign a sickness. Emmeline sighed. Why didn't he just refuse the gifts? Probably because most of them were from noble women, and refusing outright would have been insulting. What is about gifts to noble women? Oh, I was just telling everyone how popular Rod is with the Burgundian noblewoman. He was sent various gifts from young women on Hearts Day, but because he didn't want to refuse them, he avoided everyone altogether by staying in his room. I do not realize I am glaring until Ophelia places a hand on my arm. Viviana? I forced the skull from my face immediately, not even sure why it was there in the first place. You don't need to worry, princess. It told them he was in love with someone else. I can feel my face sit at his words. Oh, you're blushing. I am not. I promise to look after Rod, and I intend to keep that promise. And that goes for you too, princess. If I have to drive away 100 women, I'll do it. The thought of a tiny plush bunny attempting to scare off a gaggle of girls makes me laugh. Before I knew it, I became absorbed in the conversation. Hours later, when our conversation winds down, I make my way back to my room and read my potions book. Hi Giga, how are you? Thank you so much for the work. Wait, didn't I do a comment for you yet? Thank you, the same for you, Giga. Also, I saw that you were streaming way early for me the other day. I hope you had fun. For I know it, I had become absorbed in the conversation. Hours later, when our conversation winds down, I make my way back to my room to read my potions book. Yeah, now go rest, go eat, and go do your things, so you can ask Mary for more tarot readings. Today, I'm going to the Martian for one of my magic lessons, or at least, that was my plan. Just yesterday, however, I received a letter from Parfait saying there was a change in plans. Everyone at the Martian has decided to throw a small celebration for Rod and me. At first, Rod seemed reluctant to go, but he couldn't refuse after Parfait personally requested his presence. In the end, the two of us agreed to go by carriage. Rod is already standing by the carriage when I arrive. I smile when our eyes meet, but Rod only nods, his mind seemingly well elsewhere. Immediately notice the dark circles under his eyes. Everything alright? I'm fine, I just didn't get much sleep last night. I was up reading the King's books far past midnight. The King's books? I found out only a few days ago that Father started letting Rod specific study materials. Apparently, these books are meant to teach Rod more about the policies and rules governing our kingdom. I hope you are not overworking yourself. Rod smiles. It is a tired, but thankful, reassuring smile. I'm not. He holds out a hand and helps me into the carriage. No sooner have we entered the town than some of the townfolks, noticing the royal carriage, begin to wave at us. The response is uplifting. Before, the masses avoided me. Now things are different. Things first began to change when I made a public apology after breaking my curse. The townsfolk were first skeptical and of whether or not I would follow my mother's footsteps as a telegram bearer, but their trust began to grow when I started dispelling the fairy tale curse. Princess! I look out the window and see a little boy running to keep pace with the carriage. Can I give you something? A gift, please? Oh, sorry. I ordered the carriage to stop and step out. The boy flashes a toothy grin. Then, without any preamble, he holds out a lily. I got this for you, princess. I take the flower from him with a gentle smile. Thank you. The boy clasps his hands behind his back and smiles shyly. Someday, I'll become a prince and marry you. Oh. Thank you. I guess. I'm simultaneously bemused and taken aback by that confession. I appreciate your gift, but I'm afraid I am already courting a prince. I just address Rod, who stands between me and the carriage. The boy blinks. But he's not a real prince, right? Well, technically he is. It does not matter. You do not need to be a prince to marry a princess. Rod, who had been silent this whole time, suddenly starts speaking. Not being a prince just means you have to work a little harder. The boy's eyes seem to shine with hope at the prospect. Then I'll work hard too, so I can live in a palace someday. Rod's response, smiling, is wan. He suddenly looks incredibly tired. We should leave, Diviana. They're waiting for us. I give the boy my heartfelt thanks before stepping back into the carriage. Work harder. Rod mumbles to himself as if stares suddenly down at the floor. Rod, are you alright? He looks up suddenly, as if I've startled him from his thoughts. Yes, I'm fine. He smiles weakly before turning his attention back to the view outside the window. Something definitely seems off about him. Oh my god, I'm so... Princess Diviana, Rod, welcome! Anis is the first to welcome us when we arrive at the mansion. No sooner have we stepped inside, however, that another person makes himself known. If it isn't everyone's favorite princess. Chevalier's smile is as sunny as always. He steps forward and sweeps into a courteous bow. It's been a while, Princess Diviana. That it has. Hello, Chevalier. Ever since Chevalier's curse was broken, he has been working at his clinic. Gone is the tenacious flirt I used to know. In his place is an optimistic daughter, also makes ill-timed jokes. Soon, we are surrounded by people. Rod stands awkwardly in the center of the room, surrounded by Chevalier and his lord and parfait. Waltz is seated away from the commotion, leaning on a armrest with a grin on his face. Parfait's cousin, Sina, is seated by the window, reading a book. He has not greeted either of us. Oh, hello, Laura. I like the difference on your hairstyle. Even though that's still a little bit the same. Maybe this is just my imagination, but Laura raises an eyebrow. Her Royal Highness is looking particularly buoyant today. And are your cheeks red? What? Laura, you shouldn't tease Vienna so much. Parfait beams. Being able to flaunt one's love is always a thing to celebrate. Laura looks at me and snorts. Who are you? And what have you done with the princess? I still can't believe you fell in love. I bristle at the words. It's not as if this is new. And anyway, what is that supposed to mean, Laura? Sorry, princess. You're just too much fun to tease. But in all seriousness, I'm glad you found someone just as stubborn as you to Swedish. I'm standing right here. Laura turns her grin to Rod. You must have some magic on your own, being able to melt the ice princess' heart. Come on, Laura, you're embarrassing them. They make it far too easy, Parfait. Laura turns away with a grumble, arms crossed. Chevalier breaks the momentary silence with an easygoing laugh. It's really a pleasure to see you again, Sir Rod. I haven't seen you since you left for Brugantia that first time. I believe the last time you were... He pauses, considering. Well, you were much shorter. But now, look at you. You are almost as tall as the rest of us. He reaches out as if to set a hand on Rod's head, but Rod pulls away with a grimace. What do you mean almost as tall? Waltz pointedly clears his throat and steps between Rod and Chevalier. So how are things at the palace lately? Rod's expression softens. I can tell he is relieved by the change in the subject. They're alright. Busier than normal, but that's to be expected with the news. Chevalier steps forward and squints at us in turn. What? There are dark circles under your eyes. Have you been under more stress lately? Rod raises an eyebrow. It's rude to impede on someone else's space. My apologies. Chevalier takes a step back. And I'm fine. Chevalier is quiet. I can tell by the wrinkle between his eyebrows that it is unconvinced. Before he can say anything else, I decide to offer my own opinion. I don't think he's going to like us talking about what is going on with him, though. Because that's kind of exposing him, and Rod prefers to be the one doing it. He's under more stress. The truth is, I haven't really noticed many changes since the official announcement, but Rod is good at hiding these emotions. You ought to take more breaks. There's no need to baby me. I know my own limitations, thank you very much. Chevalier and I must still both look concerned because Rod releases a disgruntled sigh and shakes his head. Seriously, you all are fussing over nothing. How many times do I have to tell you I'm fine? Somewhere nearby a book snaps shut. Must all of you be lost aloud? It's in enough. Oh, he's so cute, I want to pet his head. Want to pet his head, he's so cute, it's so cute. Oh my god. Sin approaches, book tucked under his arm. I swear, a person can't read in peace in this place. He stalks out of the room with a glare affixed to his face. There is silence for a few moments when he leaves, then Chevalier laughs. The tiny lord is lively as always. Tiny lord? Why does he come up with the strangest nicknames? I guess that's one way to describing him. He may seem temperamental, but I assure you Cinnamon is quite pleasant once you get to know him. I glance at Rod. Seems like a certain someone I know. Rod says nothing, even as I watch, he stifles a yawn, I can say. His eyes look glassy. Exactly how many hours of sleep did you get last night? An hour? Or two? Rod! I'd appreciate it if you stop reprimanding me, Diviana. Meeting everyone's expectation requires work. Not so much work you deprive yourself of sleep. To all of my friends today here, listening, what Diviana is saying to Rod about sleep is what I say to all of you. Okay? I'm looking at your chat. So, what Diviana is saying to Rod applies to anyone on chat. I'll be fine. I have some faith in my team. Though not all the old boarders are present today, we decided to make the most of our small reunion. Anit prepared a small meal for dinner, and the gathering is lively. It's a shame Sir Garland and Lady Julian couldn't be here, and it's been months since we saw Prince Claude. The knights wanted me to apologize on their behalf. They have been busy training new recruits. And the last time Claude wrote, he said he was busy with his duties. I doubt he'll be free anytime soon. I'm glad he still sends us letters every so often. I do rather miss having Miss Karma around. Chevalier grounds. Speak for yourself. Miss Karma was always staring daggers at me. With good reason. Lady Laura. Parfait laughs. I'm sure we'll get the chance to have a bigger reunion soon. The conversation goes on, but I notice one person has remained quiet throughout. Rod has not spoken a word since we started eating. Is it because he's tired, stressed, or is there something else on his mind? I hope I can get to the root of whatever it is this soon. So, Chapter 3, No More Secrets. So, I know I've been swimming for 1 hour, but I've been yawning for 1 hour. So, I'm going to do only 1 hour. One is stream for only for 1 hour, and basically doing one chapter this stream, and then next stream I'll see how it goes. But I'm really tired. Yeah, I'm going to end it here today. Yeah, let's just see who to rate. Okay, who is streaming? I read that silent phone in near not so long ago. Can't speak. Can't even speak. I see Ender, but he was already streaming before me. Yeah, streaming for 4 hours. Ian is also going for 4 hours. What about egg? I haven't tried egg in a while though, and egg normally streams for around 5 hours, so we're reading egg. So yeah. Yeah, thank you so much to everyone who joined me today. So this is a red message for who is sub, or who isn't sub. The red message will be this one. And we are reading egg, because why not? So yeah. Thank you so much for everyone who joined me today. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry for the short stream, but it had to be. But yeah. Thank you again so much. I appreciate it. I'll be back next week with more Disney and probably Island Lands. So yeah. Till next week. Bye bye.